Good afternoon. I'm Judy Woodruff. Before we get to our impeachment coverage, I have sad news to report. Jim Lehrer, our founding anchor, died this morning. We are heartbroken here at the NewsHour. Jim's legacy of journalism is with us every day. We want to send our love and deepest condolences to Kate, Jim's wife, to his children, his 3 daughters, and their grandchildren. And we will look back at Jim's life and talk with Robin MacNeil, his longtime partner, co-founder of the NewsHour, and others on tonight's program. This program actually got its start when Jim and Robin covered the Watergate hearings gavel to gavel in this very studio. We know that Jim would want us to honor him by continuing to do our work and bringing you this special coverage of this impeachment trial.
Sadly, tonight, we remember our co-founder and longtime co-anchor, Robert MacNeil. His partnership with his close friend, Jim Lehrer, who died in 2020, led to the creation of this program you're watching today. MacNeil died early this morning at the age of 93. Robert MacNeil was married for 30 years to Donna MacNeil, who died in 2015. He had 4 children, Kathy, Ian, Allison, and Will, and 5 grandchildren.
Hello guys, thru speaking. Welcome to day number 1 of the sequel you're about to see in the film called A Trip to Arlington, Virginia, Washington DC 2. A very huge comeback. Now, before we get in this sequel you're about to see today, I want to tell you a brief story of what's going on in the film, okay? It's been since 11 years ago since I've started making the very first film. And I've been on vacation. I was finished up high school, class of 2013, with Forest High School, and things like that. And guess who signed the high school graduation, let's just say, thingy, let's say, autographs. 2 of them, as a matter of fact, who have been known as today as Robert MacNeil and Jim Lehrer, who got me inspired. These 2 got me inspired to do what I do the most. But you guys who share ideas, who got me hooked to make my most praise, who got me hooked to do today for over 17 years. Filmmaking, and for 26 plus years as a technician, I started creating LJPCBM/Club today. I was an 18-year filmmaker, and it's going to be 20 in 2026. So yeah, it's going to be a huge deal for me. So what we're about to see in the film is basically going to go out and get some clothes ready for the film, the trip to Arlington, Virginia, Washington DC. That's the first step. The second step, on the other hand, was to pack up and leave and be able to go to the trip. That's the third option. And then we'll come back home and get our things together, and we'll wrap up the film with a huge bang. That's the 5 things we're going to do in order to make this film happen. Now, I was originally going to do this back in March of 2020, 2 months after Jim Lehner's passing. Now, after a week of making this, Mom told me, Luke, we're going to go somewhere. Something strange happening. It was COVID-19 pandemic. And I have to take care of some grocery shopping and toilet paper towels and everything like that were empty in my recent house. And I was like, wow. And Julie was over there, still anchoring the news desk, thinking, that's it for the news hour for tonight. I'm Judy Woodruff. Please stay safe this weekend. Thank you and good night. And then I'm freaked out saying, we're going to do, what the hell we're going to do. And then June 1st came. My former boss, Travis Morrison, came by and to call Mom and thinking, you have to come back to work and wear masks. And I was totally freaked out. And there's your answer question anyway. And then, eligibility became lost that year. I was in lack of travel, everything like that. But, then 3 years on, and still development stages of making a sequel, I wanted to, however, come back and make this film work. And that is, of course, make this thing work in the development stages. But years went on, by October 2023, I got an email from one of the NewsHour producers and archivists from Mom, and they wanted to not allow us to come back until September 2024. They have a brand new set, they have a brand new everything. So that's where a new building. So surprisingly, come June 10th, 2024, which you're about to see in the video per se, in the movie per se. It's basically gonna be this, okay? Get all your bags, and no, it's the NewsHour studio is refreshed and everything. And everything else. And new opening, new everything, and everything else. So that's what NewsHour been going on June 10th, 2024. And renamed as PBS News at the time. A week later. Now surprise. A year prior to NewsHour's new set, I was first of all, at first not being proud because of watching Almond and Jebs on TV, thinking, welcome to NewsHour. It's just not my thing. It's just nowadays, I'm very proud of Almond and Jebs when they got a new set proud of. I had this Instagram post thinking to myself, from Almond and Jebs retrospective about what's going on. Stated that, it says here, and I quote, okay, and that's my childhood. Loved the new set, and WETA loved the idea. And then the next day, one of the people who fill in for Annette Miller, who you saw in the film earlier, said September is the time, which you're about to see in the film, in that time frame. So be look out for it. So that's what you're going to see in the film. So there you go. That makes more sense. But anyway, enjoy the film, and let's get 2 weeks of making this film happen. Including clips of fallbacks of NewsHour's Robin and Jim's finest NewsHour videos for you guys, along with the very first film I worked on back in 2013. Be right there with ya.
the Senate of the United States, a resolution to establish a select committee of the Senate to conduct an investigation and study of the extent, if any, to which illegal, improper, or unethical activities were engaged in by any persons, acting individually or in combination with others, in the presidential election of 1972, or any campaign, canvass, or other activity related to it.
From Washington, NPAC brings you gavel-to-gavel videotape coverage of today's hearings by the Senate Select Committee on Presidential Campaign Activities. Here is NPAC Senior Correspondent Robert MacNeil.
Good evening from Washington. In a few moments, we're going to bring you the entire proceedings in the first day of the Senate Watergate hearings. Hearings to bear the truth about the wide range of illegal, unethical, or improper activities, established or still merely alleged, surrounding the re-election of President Nixon last year. As the hearings progress, we shall see cross-examination of men who were once among the most powerful in the land, as the Select Committee tries to answer the ultimate question: how high do the scandals reach, and was President Nixon himself involved? Senator Sam Ervin, the chairman, has promised startling revelations, but the hearings open today in an atmosphere of calm deliberation to lay the groundwork for the big witnesses to come. There was some humor, but a tension in the packed hearing room that reflected a general awareness of the gravity of the political and constitutional issues involved.
These hearings came about because Senator Ervin and his colleagues in the United States Senate decided in February that Watergate and all that goes with it was not being cleanly and vigorously investigated. There had been no major resignations from the White House back then, no revelations from James McCord, no new witnesses before the grand jury in Washington, no exposure of the improper conduct involving Pentagon Papers figure Daniel Ellsberg, no indictments of 2 former cabinet members, among other sensational developments. So a lot more is known now than when the committee came into being, but the committee's basic job remains the same. And as Senator Ervin said at a press conference last week, the legislative branch has a big stake in how it works.
Well, guys, day number 2 of 14, or 15, rather, of our trip to Arlington, Virginia, Washington, D.C. movie that we were supposed to be seeing back at sometime around September 20th. And we're joined by my mom, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to go to the clothes store right now, so to get me all dressed up to go to the NewsHour headquarters for at WETA sometime September 5th. So we'll see all that for that entire film throughout that day. So be looking out for it, and we'll see you at the clothes store. Be looking out for it. Be right there with you.
Good evening. The Christmas season is a time when the year's final glut of new movies is released, in time to be eligible for the Academy Awards and to attract a holiday audience. Variety, the trade publication that charts film box office receipts, has estimated that 1975 will be another record-breaking year at the box office. $1,850 million paid by Americans buying tickets to the movies. It's hard to talk about movies without mentioning money, for this has been the year of the blockbuster, with Jaws earning some $40 million in 1 year, more than 3 times what Gone with the Wind has earned in its lifetime. It's also hard to talk seriously about movies without mentioning Pauline Kael, one of the nation's most thoughtful and provocative critics of the movies. Since 1968, Pauline Kael has written film criticism for The New Yorker. She's passionately cared about movies for much longer. Her collected movie criticism reads as a history of popular culture, After 3 books, I Lost It at the Movies, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and Going Steady, Miss Cale's 4th, Deeper Into Movies, was a winner of the National Book Award. Soon she'll publish her 5th collection for the years 72 to 75. It's entitled Reeling. In the foreword to that new book, she's written that movies are like samples, swatches, I beg your pardon, of cloth, of the period in which they're made. In the Heat of the Night belongs, she says, to the Lyndon Johnson age, as clearly as Dirty Harry belongs to the heyday of the Nixon era. Because Pauline Kael simply enjoys the sometimes escapist, always sensual experience of movie-going, she's brought with her tonight someone who occasionally goes to the movies with her. His name is Woody Allen. Mr. Allen, what's it like going to the movies with Pauline Kael?
Well, it's absolutely fine. She kind of sits there and scribbles little notes on the paper, you know, which of course I disapprove of completely as a filmmaker. I mean, I think the critic should come and see the movie and just sort of let it wash over them and enjoy it and not really get you know, too preoccupied with the details of the film. But she's really just sitting there and got this little pencil and paper and writing you hear little notes all the time. And so for someone who makes film, it's an appropriately paranoid and nerve-wracking experience.
Do you like the same movies?
Well, we like a lot of the same movies, but there are a certain amount that we certainly don't agree on.
Would you go with her to see one of your own movies?
I would, sure. Oh, sure. We've agreed and disagreed on my own movies as well as other films. Sure, I would.
What's the most powerful film you've seen together?
Well, I guess the Hindenburg.
It was powerful in one way. That's putting Woody in a spot.
Hello guys, September 2nd, 2024 and right now we're filming day number 9 of 15 of trip to Arlington, Virginia, Washington, D.C. movie that I'm working on. And joining me this film is my mom, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
And we're getting ready to go to Effingham County and Shadow County, different locations right now. And before we get packing and leaving, tomorrow get prepared to go on vacation trips like this. And then soon after this is over, we're gonna go to Arlington, Virginia, Washington, D.C. So be lookout for it, folks. It's gonna be huge, big time. Be right there with ya. Hello guys, we're here. We're trying to get ready to start packing the entire, let's say, stuff that I wanted to get ready to start packing in case of doing something real quick. And right now I don't know where Mom's at. So we just have to get ready to pack up my stuff and we just have to get things started and everything like that. And we'll see you tomorrow as soon as we get everything situated. Be right there with ya. Hello guys, it's day number 11 of our film, of 14 film dates. And joining me in this film is my mom and stepdad, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
And we're gonna be this is day 4 of our trip to Arlington, Virginia, Washington, D.C. And as of right now, we're gonna be going ahead and go to I'm not sure what state we're gonna be stopping at, and then we're gonna be at the entire, let's just say, Virginia, D.C. state, probably the next day or so. And then we're going to be at PBS NewsHour headquarters on Thursday, depending on how much we can feel about it. Anyways, I'll see you, just be right there with ya. Well, folks, Mom decided to request me to film something in South Carolina right now as we speak, so here goes nothing. Zoom in. Here we go, folks.
Carolina, here we are.
Here we are, Carolinas. Coming at you. See you when we get to the close in North Carolina. Be right there with you. Alright, hold on before we're good. Here's some flags, folks. Say South Carolina, folks. Now, okay, there we go. Now, for real this time, be right there over on the bridge of the North Carolina. Hello, guys. I know it's not a random video to discuss while we're on the road right now. Before we can hit the road to North Carolina, I will be doing something unique for you guys that is not related to random videos on my main channel, but it's something I really want to do that's going to happen for you guys to take over from my sequel to Arlington, Virginia, Washington, D.C. And that is, of course, the Red Tom video. And you gotta get it. So, here it is. Y'all gonna be laughing about this. Anyway, see you in North Carolina, everybody. Hello, guys. As I'm speaking from Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. Just waiting for the hotel. Getting prepared for Arlington, Virginia, Washington, D.C. the next day. So we're getting close. We've got some good news, and I got some bad news. The good news is that I'm at a hotel right now nearby me at North Carolina. And the bad news is, folks, we're not going to be staying at Roanoke, Virginia, because, for just saying this, folks, it's tough, because I'm just really getting prepared to go in the hotel nearby Roanoke, Virginia, but I thought it was a good idea, but it just never happened. But at least we try anyway. Maybe in some other time, but right now, at least we're gonna do it anyway. So, hope you all understand that. But right now, let's enjoy the night stay in Virginia, North Carolina State. So we're going North Carolina State, and we'll see you. We'll be right there with you throughout the day of, throughout the night of North Carolina taping wise, and we'll be right there with you throughout tomorrow and get prepared for ourselves taping at Virginia, D.C. Be right there with you.
Hello, I'm Neil Cobain. Join me on the next Side by Side as we hear how the son of two professional magicians became a star on YouTube. Today we will talk with Steve Smith.
Inspire the next generation of scientists and engineers. That's what STEM means.
Tonight at 7 on PBS NC.
Programming on PBS NC is made possible in part by
98% of these farmers are not able to farm their family.
we won't be known for being stewards of the land. That same value my grandparents still continue to hold today.
Elder's vision brings together more than 40 of the biggest names in American art in the 20th century into one gallery this fall in Winston-Salem. Experience the story of one of the most transformational times in art history, only at Ronalda.
Good evening, Jeff Bennett is on assignment. On the NewsHour tonight.
Good evening. Yes, said the Soviet Union, we shot down that Korean airliner, but we didn't know it was a civilian plane, and it was completely justified. The admission was read as a statement on Moscow television. And it came while the United States was playing audio tapes at the United Nations, tapes of the Soviet pilot's words at the moment of the kill. It's clearly the major story of this day, and thus of ours tonight. Robin?
Our other major topic tonight is the fighting in Lebanon. 2 more U.S. Marines were killed today, caught in the murderous shelling between rival Lebanese militias. Tonight, an intimate documentary look at 2 villages in the center of the Christian Druze warfare, and we examine the growing political problem for President Reagan as Marine casualties rise.
Hello guys, welcome to day number 12 of 15 film dates of the sequel of A Trip to Arlington, Virginia, Washington DC 2. A very huge comeback, and joining me once again is my mom and stepdad, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to leave North Carolina to get ready to go to Arlington, Virginia and Washington DC for the second time ever in 4.5 years since COVID happened. It's been 11 years since I never went to Arlington, Virginia, Washington DC. So I thought, why not just go there again since we've never been gone there. So enjoy our clip. What's going on?
Traffic.
Okay. Anyways, so enjoy the parts you saw in the first film, and we'll see you in Arlington, Virginia. This is Science from Arlington, Virginia. Be right there with ya.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Welcome. So,
This
that's
is
Luke, our friend. Nice to meet you, Luke.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, yes, he's filming you.
Oh my goodness. I'm not good on television, Luke. Hi.
Actually, on the iPad recording.
My sons, Taylor, Morgan, and their friend, and our adopted child.
Welcome to all of you. Well, Luke, would you like to come back and meet you? Oh, you got your NewsHour cap on. We're on.
Yep.
This is for y'all, just so I can. Just little treats from Savannah.
Thank you so much. Aren't you sweet? Would you like to come back and meet Deborah?
Yep.
And I think Alex, doesn't work here anymore, but I think he's going to try and come back just to meet you.
Okay.
Deborah? Yeah. Like to meet Luke?
Hi, Luke.
He's filming us.
He's filming everything.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Hey, Deborah, I'm Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Nice
so
to meet you.
Good to see. Hi.
Wow.
Alex. Hi, Alex.
This is my
Timothy,
husband,
Taylor,
my
and
son
Morgan.
Morgan, son Taylor,
Hi.
and adopted son Timothy.
Oh, wow. This is everybody.
Just for us.
Yep.
Hi.
Recording on the iPad, yes.
And,
That's right.
So Deborah, runs the archive, and and then Meredith, and we have another person, Kate, whom you probably haven't dealt with, who work in here, and then we store all our video. You want to show them where the video is stored? No.
Well, it's all around in every place, but
Yes,
let me show
it
you where.
is. My gosh, she would have a heyday in this place.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is nothing.
NewsHour of Jim Lehrer stuff.
Yes.
Since I was like 5 years old or something.
Look at this, Luke.
Wow!
All back here.
Oh, they gotta watch my step here.
No, we're all this stuff.
And well, we try to keep track of some of it on the walls, but all of our older tapes are right here. Not all of them, but some of them.
Look, how you like this filing system, bro?
I know, he's gonna want one in his room.
Hello guys, we're at Virginia right now as we speak, and zooming in real quick. Welcome to Virginia right now. So we're gonna make this quick, so here it goes folks. We're doing this right now, so we'll see you in Arlington as we speak to you right now as we speak. So, see you in Arlington.
Wow.
Hello guys, speaking to you from Arlington, Virginia. We're finally made to that same place, Arlington, Virginia as we speak, and right now it's almost 1 o'clock at my time right now where we're staying at, and we're about to get some lunch right now as we speak. So vague on that. So, without further ado, let's get some lunch and we'll get to the hotel or the DC place, where the case might be, right now. So what we got for us, shall we? So what we got for us. Wow. 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 Here we are, folks. How about it? Hello guys, here I am in the hotel right now. And what hotel where I'm at right now? Here it is. Ta-da! A Hilton Hilton Inn hotel. Well, I'm at the place called I'm in this hotel where it's different than it was back in 2013. Well, folks, Mom and stepdad were in this place to unpack things up. And we're just chilling, relaxing right now. I'm just chilling, relaxing right now, so we're getting ready. And Mom and stepdad were getting ready to unpack my stuff and chill, relaxing and everything. And get things prepared for us to get ready to go to Virginia, Washington, D.C. Because after this is over by Friday, I'm going to be home in no time. So I'm gonna let Mom know that I'm gonna be in DC and get things prepared and get worried about it, because after this is over, I'm gonna be going ahead and do some things. So let's get rolling and head to Washington DC or something like that. I'm not sure when exactly. We'll get to that as soon as we get to dinner time. Stand by, we'll be doing this. Be right there with you. Anyway.
To enhance your memory now and to reverse trouble in the future.
Friday at 8:30 or streaming on PBS app.
Vice President Kamala Harris.
We will move forward and take on the biggest issues facing our nation.
Former President Donald Trump.
With your vote, the American dream will come roaring back.
The candidates face off as voters worry about the economy, conflicts at home and abroad, and the future of the country.
Join the NewsHour for live coverage of the ABC presidential debate, Tuesday at 9, or stream it on the PBS app. There are thousands of shows on the PBS app, including The Good Karma Hospital, Feast Your Ears, Blake Edwards, Tonight, it's an all-star tribute to musical theater legends Rodgers and Hammerstein on great performances at 8. Then activists fight to save animals inside wood trying cream on Nature, followed by a sneak peek at the new season of All Creatures Great and Small tonight. And on our WETA UK channel, the Sister Bonnie Foss Mysteries, followed by Agatha Christie's Partners in Crime and Agatha Christie's Poirot, British television at its best.
Funding for
All Creatures Great and Small tonight. And on our WETA UK channel, the Sister Bonnie Foss Mysteries, followed by Agatha Christie's Partners in Crime and Agatha Christie's Poirot, British television at its best.
Good evening, I'm Ahmed Navaz.
And I'm Jeff Bennett. On the NewsHour tonight, just as the new school year is getting underway, the nation is rocked by another shooting, this time at a Georgia high school.
The Biden administration accuses Russia and other nations of once again meddling in the U.S. presidential race.
Hello guys, thru Jerry speaking from Arlington, Virginia. Welcome to Food Reviews, episode number 720, which will be repeated during, let's just say, a trip to Arlington, Virginia, Washington, D.C. to a very huge comeback. There have some gummy Lunchables, gummy pepperoni pizza kit, Bubble gummy candy. Now, for this food review, I'm not going to be able to eat all of it in one day. So let's eat this now, so shall we? So we got for us. And how do I open this? Hang on. It's going to take me a while to open this up. No. Can't use hands, okay, never mind. Okay. Got it, okay. Okay. This might be tastes really good. This may have juice in it over it, okay? Makes a lot of sense. Okay. Let's hear. Okay. How do I do that? Oh, man. Oh, it's gonna peel it up a little bit. Oh! It's not letting me. It's not letting me do a thing. Can you help me, Mom?
evidence of why eating gummies is good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't get into them. Here. Stab it. You want me to do it?
Thank you.
Finished with the knife? No? Okay. See, that one just evaporated.
Wow.
Alrighty.
Perfect.
A group effort on that.
Group effort, folks. Even though we bought this in North Carolina, so we thought we should eat this. Anyway, I'm going to get some gummies, so I thought this will be good. Okay. This will be one piece of pizza. So let's just eat one piece of gummy at a time. So let's have a juice while we're at it. Let's be a piece of plate while we wait. It's gonna take me a while to open this one piece of plastic while we're at it. Okay, now it's okay.
Got it?
It's not letting me. For all that mess we're gonna make while we're taping this, so there we go. Thank you.
Getting into it was half the fun.
Oh, this is gooey. Ooh. Inside the box, it's like ooey gooey ooh. Anyway, but the rest of it's like, oh my god, what's going on? And I spilled it all the way, so it just tastes awful. But anyway, let's just get this rest of the stuff out of the way here. Doing it. Put the pieces back where it came from. And the rest of it will be tomato. So let's get that taken care of. One more. And we should be done. So put the juices over here. Okay. It's not good all the way. So let's just eat this one. This is ridiculous. Inside that box. Tastes like gummies. Let's have one more and then we'll be done. But it's a bigger mess. And we're gonna stop recording because it's gonna be a fun treat. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be my second time eating this. Oh, stop. There we go. And then we'll have some bits with the cheese. I have points with the cheese in there. Gummy cheese while we're at it. Ooh, this is not looking good with the box. And yeah, let's eat this. Oh man, this box is such a mess, especially Especially the gooey pus stuff in it. Oh well. I'll clean up later. Well, it's not letting me do a thing with the tomato juice, but I'll throw it away later. Right now I'm just gonna eat the rest of it like it is. Well, because it's too messy, you know? And what's making sense because I can't eat all of it in one day. Without tomatoes, we can't have that, so I can't do anything right, so pieces, so how's it gonna spot that? It's too splashy, so one more. I'd probably be enough for another one, but that's enough pieces. I have enough to clean up this mess. Ugh, why? Okay. Be careful to eat this, so. Giving this a 8 out of 10. This is the messiest pizza thing I've ever seen. That wraps up this food review for you guys to enjoy. I hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. There's going to be another food review episode. I'm not sure it's going to be it yet, but we'll see what happens. Till next time, Suggest Box Baby. We get more food reviews episodes for you guys very soon. Tuesday out. See ya.
Good evening, I'm Jim Lehrer. On the NewsHour tonight, Kwame Holman reports the House's failure
to override the estate tax repeal veto. Margaret Warner runs an issue and debate discussion of how to use the budget surplus. Betty Ann Bowser has the first of two reports on truck safety, and Terrence Smith talks about the chief, the story of William Randolph Hearst. It all follows our summary of the news this Thursday. The House today failed to override President Clinton's veto of the estate tax repeal. The vote was 274 to 157, 14 short of the 2/3 majority needed. The Republican bill would have phased out the tax over 10 years at a cost of $105 billion. We'll have more on this story right after the news summary.
Hello guys, it's day number 13 of 15. I'm filming the trip to Arlington, Virginia, Washington, D.C. 2. A very huge comeback. We're waiting on for us to get ready to go to the nation's capital at Washington, D.C. Soon afterwards, we're going to be going to see the PBS NewsHour headquarters. So, get ready folks. We're going to be the Washington D.C.'s place, and this is gonna be it because we're gonna do two combined into one day. So be lookout for it, folks. So get ready, folks. It's gonna be a huge day. So enjoy the entire parts of the trip, and we'll see you in the Washington D.C. What do you get out of here? Good thing it's sunset. Wow, here's someone we take a ride on.
No. At the light, turn right.
Wow, this was huge. So I continue to film this building because at that time frame, well, let me put it this way, this happened since 9/11, 2001, and the Twin Towers, New York, and this had to happen since then. I'm like, wow. Anyway, we're Washington D.C., folks. Yeah, Arlington Cemetery. Wow. Where some of the presidents got buried, you know. My dad told me about this.
That's the airport.
I'm gonna stop recording.
A resting place of over 420,000 fallen service members and their loved ones.
I'm not going to.
as we make our way out of the Welcome Center here. We're going to wait to see what this van is doing. But the first thing I'll direct your attention to will be on the driver's side of the head here. There are temporary administrative offices. It's where Arlington Cemetery's managers and leaders meet in order to schedule all of our many funeral services throughout the day. As I've mentioned, we can have up to 30 funerals on a Monday through Friday basis. Up to 10 funerals on Saturdays, with no funeral services on Sundays or on federal holidays. As I mentioned, we are in the midst of 26 scheduled funerals today. Now, just beyond the administrative offices, you'll see some LED screens over the lineup here to tell families and loved ones where to line up for some of the funeral processions throughout the day. Funeral processions, most of them leave either from here on this edge of the cemetery or from Joint Base Myers Henderson Head at the opposite end of the cemetery. Now, on both sides of the vehicle, you'll see the view for which Arlington National Cemetery is perhaps best known. That is that row upon row of standard issue grave markers, arranged neatly in lines much like soldiers. These grave markers are provided for free to the families and loved ones by the Department of Veterans Affairs. They weigh 230 pounds, 42 inches long, 24 inches of which are above the ground, and they are made out of Vermont marble. Now, coming up ahead here on the passenger side, in a moment you'll see a large red gate. That gate is McClellan's Gate, named for General George B. McClellan, a man who holds the distinct honor of being hired twice by President Abraham Lincoln, as well as the dubious distinction of being fired twice by President Abraham Lincoln during the Civil War. The gate was one of the original 4 entrances to the cemetery. If it looks familiar to any of you, it's made out of the same material as Smithsonian Castle in Washington, D.C. Now, while it was an original entrance to the cemetery, you'll notice on the driver's side, the cemetery has stretched beyond its initial boundaries. This land was once an 1,100-acre livestock plantation that was then turned into a 200-acre military cemetery. Today, it stretches closer to 639 acres, almost 1 square mile. Now, here on the driver's side is Section 59. Section 59 is home to the final resting place of Dr. Grace Hopper. She was a computer scientist and mathematician who is credited with creating the COBOL computer language, used in many computers still today. One time she was fetching out a moth that had gotten stuck in the back of her computer. When asked what she was doing, she said she was debugging it. If you've ever used the phrase debugging with reference to computers, you have Dr. Grace Hopper to thank. And then still on the driver's side, just after Section 59, we'll be coming across Section 60 of the cemetery. Section 60 is known as one of the most picturesque sections of the cemetery. It continues on just over the crest of the hill here. It even has a documentary just about it, fittingly titled Section 60, which you can find on HBO Max. It's home to the final resting place of the lone Sikh soldier buried here at the cemetery, Sergeant Uday Singh, who died a few years ago as part of Operation Iraqi Freedom. Also home to the final resting place of 4-star General and Secretary of State under President George W. Bush, General Colin Powell. You must also remember the legacy of his wife, Alma Powell, who passed away just a few weeks ago on July 28th of this year. She was an Arlington lady, which means she was part of a group of volunteers who had come to funeral services for soldiers who perhaps didn't have many living relatives to ensure they were still properly represented at their funerals. And here on the passenger side, you'll notice some of our grave markers are different sizes, shapes, and colors. These more ornate grave markers are privately funded markers, usually by friends or family. And as of December 2017, we no longer install those types of grave markers here at the cemetery. Now the keyword is install. We aren't ripping them out of the ground, and you can still be buried under one if you are the spouse or child of someone buried under one. Though as of December 2017, due to space and maintenance concerns, we now only install the more standard issue grave marker. And then coming up ahead here on the driver's side is section 25. Section 25 is home to the final resting place of Private Henry Johnson of the Harlem Hellfighters. He fought in World War I at the Battle of Argonne. After running out of ammunition, he fought in hand-to-hand combat as well. You'll be able to see his grave marker in a few moments out the driver's side. It'll be in the second row. It'll say Henry Johnson in gold lettering. The gold lettering signifies that he is a Medal of Honor recipient. While he fought in World War I, he didn't receive the Medal of Honor until almost 100 years after his death. He received the Medal of Honor in 2015 under President Barack Obama. Private Henry Johnson of the Harlem Hellfighters. And then just up ahead in the distance out the driver's side, you'll be able to see an octagonal monument coming up ahead here on the driver's side as we make this right turn. As the USS Serpens Monument. It's dedicated to the single greatest disaster in U.S. Coast Guard history. The Serpens exploded during World War II. All 250 soldiers who lost their lives aboard the Serpens have their names etched along the outside of the 8-sided monument. And then here on the passenger side is section 10, home to the final resting place of Ollie Josephine Bennett. She was the first female Army surgeon. She was an anesthesiologist during World War I, very rare for her time. And then just beyond section 10 here, still on the passenger side, will be section 12. Section 12 is home to the final resting place of the Nakashima brothers. Their brothers who served in the 442nd Infantry during World War II. 442nd Infantry was the highest decorated regiment during World War II. It was made up of a majority of Japanese American soldiers, many of whom were serving in the U.S. military while they had family and loved ones in Japanese internment camps back home in California. Coming up ahead here on the driver's side in a moment, we'll pass by a black grave marker with wings on it in the front row. Will be for Barbara Allen Rainey. She was the first female the first female naval aviator. She was, tragically lost her life at the age of 33 while training others over the skies of Alabama. Barbara Allen Rainey, Lieutenant Commander, right there on the driver's side. And on the passenger side, in a moment, we'll pass by a grave marker that says New Jersey written on the back of it. It'll be for Gunnery Sergeant John Bassalone, Medal of Honor recipient who fought twice during World War II. Looks like it has a blue duck on the gravesite as well. You know, fought at the Battle of Guadalcanal, lost his life on the very first day of Iwo Jima. And deeper in this section is the final resting place of Sergeant Michael Strink, one of the 6 flag raisers at Iwo Jima. Now, in April of 1963, President John F. Kennedy paid an unexpected visit to Arlington National Cemetery. He looked out upon the view from the highest point of the cemetery at Arlington House, our last stop today, and he was overheard saying, "It's so beautiful, I could stay here forever." Unfortunately, forever came a bit too soon for President Kennedy, as he would be tragically assassinated in November of that same year. November 22nd, 1963. Upon hearing that he had said this, his wife, Jacqueline Kennedy, had his burial moved from their family plot up in Brookline, Massachusetts, down here to Arlington Cemetery. Jacqueline Kennedy lit the eternal flame around his gravesite. And in the first year after his passing, attendance at the cemetery jumped from around 2 million people a year to closer to 11 million people a year. Now, just after this intersection here, I'll direct your attention to the driver's side. At the top of the small hill here, at the very tip of section 2, there will be 4 oversized headstones. Those 4 headstones make up Chaplain's Hill. There are 3 grave markers for chaplains of the Protestant, Catholic, and Jewish faiths, as well as a 4th marker for chaplains of all faiths who have served in our military in a religious capacity. Ahead here on the driver's side. Now today, President Kennedy is buried alongside his wife, Jacqueline Kennedy. There's also markers for brothers Robert and Edward Kennedy, a marker for their infant daughter, as well as a memorial marker for older brother Joseph Jr., who was killed over the skies of Europe. They are all buried next to Section 5 of the cemetery, known as our Supreme Court section, due to the high concentration of Supreme Court justices buried there. This includes Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes, Justice William Rehnquist, Justice Warren Burger, as well as the first African-American justice on the Supreme Court, the Thurgood Marshall, and Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who passed away in 2020. Now, due to construction in the area, we aren't able to take you all the way to the Kennedy gravesite. However, we can take you just a short 1 or 2 minute walk away. Once we pass by these vehicles up ahead here on the passenger side, we'll take you all the way to the corner, which will be our stop for the Kennedy gravesite. At the intersection, you'll go down the short road on the passenger side. You'll make your first left, and the Kennedy gravesite with the eternal flame will be on your left. And then you'll come right back here to this intersection in order to be picked up. A vehicle comes by every 15 and 20 minutes. Now, if you're interested in getting off at the Kennedy gravesite, make sure you have everything with you. Enjoy the rest of your time here at Arlington. I'll be up front in order to direct you and answer any questions.
Turn right. Yeah, because that's the Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah, Lincoln Memorial, and the new building doesn't come out until 2 years from now. Because remember, we went to this Lincoln Memorial last time? Well, it was destroyed, you know? And it will be rebuilt, you know? Anyway, I'm stopping recording here.
Then take a slight right turn onto Ohio Drive Southwest.
Yeah. Well, folks, after a long day in DC, I am staying at the Uber, waiting for Uber, just getting prepared to go to the PBS NewsHour headquarters. And right now, we're just waiting for an Uber, getting prepared for getting to see PBS NewsHour headquarters in person for the second time. And right now I'm fully clothed since 2013's NewsHour headquarters in person, so I can get prepared and be ready for it. So it's gonna be a long ride. So get ready. You don't want to miss out on some of the full footage you're about to see in the NewsHour in person, and of course, just some second time footage you're about to see, not just video but also pictures in person the second time around. So without further ado, I'll see you at the PBS NewsHour headquarters. Be right there with y'all. And now, it's picture time!
I'm coming back to the place I used to call my own, to figure out that all I once knew lives in tragedy. And I sit here and I wonder why all I knew is a barren wasteland, wasted in the recess of my past. Long ago I used to live in this place that would treat me oh so cruelly, which could have been the bane of my future. The people stare at me in disbelief, and they wonder why I would ever return to a place I wanted to leave. I could say now that I've gotten my revenge, but I never expected that I would ever see these people's deaths in my own eye. Inspires me to try. I'm going back to the place I now can call my own, to get away from this place that now lives in tragedy. But I thank God now that I am alive and able to carry on these missions, passions, and dreams until the day I die.
Hey, Robin.
I guess that's it.
Yeah, hey, good night. Robin?
Good night, Jim. Finally, I'd just like to say to the audience how grateful I am to public television, nationally, and to all the 300 local stations who carry us for the opportunity you've given me to work in a manner I could be proud of when I went home every night. But that applies equally to our viewers. Without you, no program. There are now some 5 million of you a night, and you express a loyalty to this program of a quality I've never experienced anywhere else. Thank you for understanding what we do. You'll find all the same values there on Monday night and in the years ahead. Thanks, and good night.
Well, folks, after a long night at the PBS NewsHour headquarters, we have took some pictures, no video whatsoever, because parts of it we appreciate the big things like that. But we took some pictures during the NewsHour headquarters, unlike last time. But you know, that's just me. But of course, we did show some props and everything from MacNeil Lehrer stuff at the time. But, and then we got to show Sarah Just, the executive producer, senior executive producer now, and senior vice president at the time, some stuff at the time. And we did a lot of fun at WTA headquarters, the new building they got. And it was great, no less. So, and Paul Simon was there, Matt Spicer was there, everybody was there. So, there you go. It was great fun, and hope we do it again for the third movie. I'm not sure when, probably well in the future. So what happens. In the meantime, I'll see you and see you out later on tonight. If we have, or tomorrow, rather. It was gonna be day 14. Is gonna be the final or day 15. It depends. Be right. I'll see you in the just last scenes in the final shots with day 14, and we'll be right there with you. Oh guys, Sue Jerry speaking to you from this, we're gonna say goodbye to Arlington, Virginia right now. As we speak to you from this, we're gonna say goodbye to this hotel, say goodbye to Ragtime as we speak. Gonna zoom this in, Ragtime one more time, and there you go. And since we're out and about, we're gonna say goodbye to this hotel one more time, and here we go. And we're gonna be home sometime around tonight. This is day 14.
Then keep right onto North Courthouse Road.
Okay. It's day 14 of 14. I thought it would be 15 at first, but it was 14. The final day of filming of this movie that I'm working on.
Turn right.
And we decided to focus on getting home by tonight. So as soon as we get home, then we're gonna edit this film and everything like that and get this over with. So without further ado, I'll see you when I get home and be right there with you. And this is gonna take care of some things, and I'll take 2 more pictures from breakfast and lunch, and it's gonna take some time. So see you when I get home. Well, guys, this is it. I'm finally back home, and in just a few moments, I'll be back in my house, just getting ready to start taking stuff, not just LJ Peace Reacts, but also some more LJ content for the audience, and also editing the film you're about to see on YouTube and things like that. So, anyways, guys, I'll be back. I'll see you in the back of my house in just a few moments. Be right there with you. It's been 4.5 years since I discovered that I have to wait that long to go to Arlington, Virginia, Washington, D.C. Thank you for watching this entire masterpiece. I've just waited that long, and really, I wanted to finish this film for that long, really, and we made it happen. Thank God. So, thank you for watching the sequel, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm not sure it's going to be as yet. We'll figure this out for ourselves. Now, before we go, I gotta eat this pizza, and then we'll show you the clip from Jim Lehrer, who says time has arrived for over 13 years ago. I'm not gonna eat the whole pizza during the dinner time thing, but I'll just show you that one clip before we roll the credits. But until next time, so Joe's Box Baby, we can more this, we gotta be soon to say out. See ya.
I have a personnel update. As you regular viewers know, for some time now, I've been gradually stepping back from my daily on-air duties. That really began in December 2009 with the coming of the PBS NewsHour. Well, as of June 6th, another phase will begin. I will no longer be part of the ongoing double anchor rotation. Those duties will be performed by our superb team, already well known to everyone: Gwen Ifill, Judy Woodruff, Jeffrey Brown, Margaret Warner, and Ray Suarez. I won't completely disappear, not for a while at least. I'll be here many Fridays to participate in the joy of moderating the remarkably civilized discussions of Mark Shields and David Brooks and their substitutes, Ruth Marcus and Michael Gerson, among others. I will also remain involved in the principal editorial thrusts of the NewsHour and of our company, MacNeil Lehrer Productions. I've been laboring in the glories of daily journalism now for 52 years, 36 of them here at the NewsHour and its earlier incarnations. And there does come a time to step aside from the daily process, and that time has arrived.